I'm here with George, the host with the most.
Wow, yeah, it's been a great day. I've loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Honestly, this event is so inspiring. Like, once all the dust is settled, what do you think will be the major takeaways?
That is so hard. Look at that engine. You can just hear it. I don't know.
To engineers, that is like music.
I'm consumed by that at the moment. But I think one of the biggest takeaways for me was probably from Joe when he kind of mentioned you are your own CEO, you are your own business. Because I think for everyone today that is going to be leaving, it's going to be how do I conduct myself? How do I stand out? And I think all the questions kind of tie into that in terms of the answer, in terms of you need to see yourself as someone that is a producer creating things that people actually want, creating value essentially, and that's what Joe spoke about. So I think it's saying that you are your own USP, you are your own business. I think that's probably the biggest takeaway that I would hope that the young people leave with.
George, you do so much outreach and you do so much to inspire others. Is there anything new that you've heard today?
Oh, a lot of what I've heard today is a confirmation, and it was just probably the confirmation that it's so important to serve your way to the top. Because every single person that came up in some way or another spoke about how they're giving back to their community. And technically, if they weren't giving back, they probably wouldn't have been invited to speak here today. But it's because they've done that and they've showcased what they're about, their journey and their story. They've owned their story while they're here. So it's kind of just another push for me to say you need to keep on this humanitarian engineering journey, sharing what your mission is, because you will be that lighthouse, as Mo has said. You see what I mean? Every single person has said it. It's like you're the lighthouse, own your own story. It's all about essentially attracting people towards you so you can show them what opportunities are out there and what they can potentially achieve, and hopefully they go on and do bigger and better. So, yeah.
I have to say, we're in the queue for chicken, so we're going to nudge along a little bit. The biggest takeaway for me has been not just the chicken that's coming up, but yeah, that's going to be a big takeaway. But the biggest takeaway has been the fact that we are here as global ethnic majorities, and often we struggle with confidence, self-esteem.
A lot of people spoke about on stage as well.
So, what would be your big sort of like top three things as a gem in STEM?
Oh, that is such a great question. So for me, when it comes to STEM, I think STEM is all about creativity. Engineering is almost just bringing that to life, bringing that creativity to life in physical form in a lot of ways. Sometimes it's digital. I would say if you're a gem in STEM, it's really about how can you get as much skin in the game. So a lot of times we spoke today about people doing Formula Student in order to get into motorsport. People starting off at places like Dyson and working on things that they didn't necessarily see themselves working on long term, but have now set up the foundation for the companies that they're building now. So every single person has had skin in the game in order to be able to develop and get to where they are now. And every single story I thought showcased that. So I would say making sure that you have some skin in the game, launch your own projects, see what you can. That's exactly what I did. I was fixing bikes, and then I went on in A levels, creating products as part of my EPQ, extended project qualification. And I think those are the things that helped me to stand out, so that when it came to developing a product on a larger scale, it was like, I've done this many times in different forms before. Then I had the confidence through the work that I had put in. So I think trying to find confidence from not doing anything is a bit hard, if I'm honest. And I don't think it ever really works like that. You get confidence in a lot of ways from repetition, from doing it again and again, getting better each and every time, getting feedback, and then you realize, okay, maybe I've got something here. And then, yeah, hopefully you can make your mark as you do that.
That is such a powerful piece of advice because there are no shortcuts. And absolutely everyone that spoke, they all have substance.
Everyone has substance.
You, my friend.
Wow, I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, George, you have been such an inspiration for many years, not just this year. Thank you for all the hosting. And I think we're almost at the end of the queue.
Yeah. Oh. Well, thank you for having me. You've been an amazing virtual host. Thank you for those questions that came through. Because, yeah, it just enriched the conversations. That meant that not just people here could benefit, but people online could also see this is what is possible as a gem in STEM. So thank you.
Amazing man, this one. MBE as well.
It's not easy.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.